The Drug Alternative Program presents Drugs Close to Home, your weekly insight into the ongoing stories of struggle, victory, and the spiritual renewal of rehabilitation. And now, your hosts of Drugs Close to Home, Cliff and Freddie Harris.
Welcome to Drugs Close to Home, a program about the destruction that drugs causes our families.
And the power of Jesus Christ to heal them. We believe every life is worth saving.
And Freddie, that's so true, because every changed life is a miracle from God.
Amen. Our guest today is a graduate of DAP, Tracy Wise. Welcome, Tracy.
Thank y'all for having me.
Well now, Tracy, Freddie, you say he's a graduate,
Yes.
but right now he's a client. So how can he be a graduate and a client?
Well, he's both.
Answer that, Tracy. You answer.
Well, I was a graduate before in 2001, but I relapsed in 2009.
All right. But you know what? He's back again.
That's right.
And to get it together. Tracy, tell us what happened to you, for being clean all those years.
9 years.
9 years, got married and, bought a brand new car and, you worked here at DAP for what?
6 years.
6 years.
And then, wait a minute, Freddie, and a deacon in the church. The Lord was blessing him.
Right.
But you know what? That saying, say once saved, always saved, is not true.
Not true.
It's not true. So tell us, Tracy, what really happened? And I want you just to get on down with it, because I'm going to press it to you, okay?
Well, for me, Ms. Harris, like I said, I graduated in 2001, and I was doing great. I was doing wonderful. I was also a deacon in the church in Mocha and Men's of Kansas Avenue, and also working for you guys and giving back. After a period of time went on, I started feeling like I can do things on my own. Satan started slipping in and putting little encouraging words into my mind that, oh, Tracy, you can do this here. It'll be all right. And I started feeling myself separating from the program and from my graduate brothers and also from the church. And I started wanting to stop going to church being a deacon. I go, just to show up and be in church, praising the Lord, and at the same time knowing I was struggling, and refusing to talk to someone, refusing to come and express my feelings like I was taught here and going to my graduate group. So one day I was married. I ended up getting married and had a wonderful wife. I had a lovely family and didn't know how to handle situations when they came. I was brought up by six brothers. They taught me how to be a rough. You rough with, you tough. You control your home. They didn't teach me how to be a prince of my home. They taught me how to control it. And doing all that, I ended up trying to control the home.
Because you had a daughter this time.
I had
Your wife had a daughter.
Yes,
right.
yes. And so I tried to control the home instead of being the prince of my home. And by doing so, they backed up from that. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know how to deal with that. And once the problem started coming, and I didn't see no way out, and so I turned back to an old friend of mine, and that's drinking. And I remember one day I went into a store, and I just had got off work, and I was tired, and I felt like I'm pretty thirsty. I'm gonna go in there and get a Coke and drink a Coke. And I ended up passing by this cooler with had beer, and I said, well, it won't hurt to drink one.
Just one.
Just one.
Just one.
Just one. And I ended up taking that one beer, and I went outside the parking lot. And before I can get out the parking lot, I had drank at least about 3 or 4 of them. And I bought some more and went on. Now I'm on the freeway, driving. I'm drinking beer and I'm drinking vodka, and it just progressed from then. And my relapse started when I was in Arizona, and one night, got with some family members of my wife's, and I ended up getting high, and I stayed gone the whole night, spending money out of my bank account. And matter of fact, it was Thanksgiving weekend, and I ended up getting high and stayed gone the whole night, and that's how my downfall started.
How did your wife? How did she feel about it? Was she with you when you guys were in Arizona together?
Yes, we went to visit her father, and she was devastated. She was hurt, and it's like I had stabbed in her heart. I had took a lot from her then. I had took something that she really believed in me, that I was together. I had God, I had everything that she wanted in a husband. But somewhere I failed, you know, and I didn't do what I needed to do. But it devastated her.
You know, I think about that, how bad that was, the situation of being with all her family,
Right.
and here you with them, and you go out and you get high, and all of this comes down while you're visiting with the family. Oh, Tracy, how did that make you feel, man?
That it was painful. You know, a lot of shame and a lot of guilt came into play. They had a lot of respect for me. You know, here I was, especially her father. Here I was, a man that confessed to gonna love his daughter for the rest of his life, take care, her, cherish her, and I dropped the ball, and that was devastating. You know.
But in addition to disappointing, your wife and daughter, what was the breaking point? What really got you off track that you would think of, Tracy?
The issues, I most definitely issues in my marriage.
Now, you were a deacon in the church.
Right.
You had been taught at DAP, to study the Word, to pray, to have family worship. Did any of those things break down?
You know, most definitely prayer, the communication with God. You know, at first it started with, I just say a quick prayer. Thank you, Lord, for blessing me through the day and get in bed and I go to sleep. Same thing in the morning. And as time progressed and time went on, the communication stopped altogether with God. And like I said, in that same time, it stopped also with you guys and also with my DAP brothers. You know, and that's what really started. You know, I wanted to do it on my own. I felt like I could do it.
You know, in that time frame, in that process, I had to fire you
Yes.
because of situation that was coming down. Attitude wasn't working well. And Tracy, seriously, that was a hard thing for me to do.
Yes.
Very difficult. And I'll never forget that. But that's something that I knew I had to do. I sought counsel and everything. And I knew that would make you angrier.
Yes.
Because you
I
were
know it.
you were a role model. You were at one time you were a house manager. These guys looked up to you.
Wait a minute, Freddie. He was the best. And I'm serious. You were the best house manager we ever had.
That's right.
You hung in there and you took care of it. You helped those men. You did everything according to what you needed to do.
How long were you a house manager?
I was house manager right at 5 years.
Yeah, 5 years. Right, right. So
And,
that was hard for us to let you go.
It was most definitely hard for me, because of the relationship we had, and I didn't stick to my end of the bargain and doing what I was supposed to do to maintain and to help the guys in this program. And once I walked away, it hurted me, But like I said, I didn't know how to come back. I didn't know how to deal with it. Even by getting fired, that was hurting for me because I felt like our relationship had dissolved. I felt like it was no more Mr. and Mrs. Harris and Tracy anymore. It hurt. And that hurted me bad.
Yeah.
When you have a good relationship, nothing beats that.
Nothing beats it.
Nothing beats that, Tracy.
Yes.
And regardless to whatever things can happen within that relationship, but when we stick with all of that and get past all of the anger and resentment and all the feelings and everything calms down, there still has to be a connection. Something has to say something. One person has to say something. Right? So when there's no communication, period, then everything continues to be as it is.
Right.
It's broken down.
Right.
But who can humble themselves enough to say, hi, I love you.
Right.
Hi, how you doing? What's happening? I love you. And that's the way God is with us.
Right.
He never, I don't care what we do, he still stands there for us.
Tracy, you made a decision to leave California and to go back home to Mississippi. What happened when you got back there?
When I got back to Mississippi, nothing really changed. I got off the bus, same way I came out here on the bus, and I got off the bus and
Wait a minute. Full circle.
Right.
Left mama and went right back straight to mama. Back to Mississippi. And you told me this. You made a vow, never coming back to California in life. Angry with not only what everybody else around in California, but I'm mad at the whole state. I ain't coming back this way, never again. You see how Satan can fix us and mold us and do whatever he will with us? But there's always an opportunity to turn that around.
Yes.
And fix that, because God, isn't Jesus good,
He's
man?
good. He's good all the
Isn't
time.
Jesus good.
All the time.
Oh, have mercy.
Okay, so you went back to Mississippi.
I went back to Mississippi and I went back to my mom's house. You know, she let me back in. I lied and said
What was the lie?
She asked me a few things.
What she asked
She asked me why was I back? Was I out there using? I said no, I'm not using. She asked me what happened in my marriage. I lied about that. I told her it was just something that's happened and just need to be worked out, and we were gonna work it out. But I ended up going right back to the same neighborhoods. I ended up using drugs, crack, right off the bat, and nothing changed. And time I got some money in my pocket, I went straight to the dope man, and I got high. And at that point, for a while, it stayed hid because I'd come home and the same day, and and do the same routine. I'd cook, shower, help her clean the house, whatever. But as time progressed, and it slowly did it, but as time progressed, it started coming out. I started staying out one night.
Before you continue on this, let's pause for a minute, and we're going to come back, and we're going to talk about what went on in Mississippi.
Okay.
And those feelings, children, mama, all the stuff that went on up in Mississippi. And how did you make that turnaround to come back here today?
Right. Okay.
Remember, call us. We want to hear from you. Just hang on, and we'll be right back.
You are watching Drugs Close to Home, brought to you by the Drug Alternative Program. If you would like more information on the Drug Alternative Program, or if you would like to support our ministry, please call us at 909-783-1094 or visit our website at www.drugalternativeprogram.org.